I'm Nico, and this is Let's Play The Sims 4 Create a World. In this episode, I will be building a small corner convenience shop for the people who are going to live in the trailer park section of Willow Creek. Great, so I do use some custom content in this build. I don't usually download custom content. I think it's fun and more convenient for people who want to download things to use just the stuff that comes with the regular games, but you know, I was trying to go for like a grocery store kind of settings, and unfortunately Sims 4 doesn't come with that kind of stuff like Sims 3 did. Well, not that it came with that kind of stuff, but Sims 3 did have a grocery store place that the Sims could go grocery shopping, so I did want to have some of this stuff to make it a little more realistic. And so I'm using the grocery store mod by SMagGeorge, and I will link the custom content where I got it and how to download it down in the description below. So yes, the grocery store mod by SMagGeorge, it provides a couple of new objects that Sims can interact with, and it'll allow them to buy some fruits and vegetables and some flowers and some meats and fishes. Fish. So that I do use that, and I've tested it out before in actual games that I was playing, and it works really, really well. I really like it. I've built actually a couple grocery stores and had a lot of fun doing it. This one isn't a grocery store, it's more like a convenience store, like a 7-Eleven, or not as nice as a Wawa, but stuff like that, you know. And then also I do use some grocery store custom content stuff like shelves and cereal boxes and bread loaves that came with the set by SimLifeCC, which again I will link down below so you can get it for yourself. I think that they're so cute and I really liked them. I didn't use those before, but they're definitely a great addition when you want to build a little grocery store area. I wasn't really sure what to make the lot to make it make sense. I've actually never visited a retail lot that I didn't own before, so I didn't really know how it worked. I didn't want to risk it, so I figured a cafe would make more sense, especially since I was going to put all the stuff that was required for a cafe in anyway. The cafe bar, the seating, and the everything. You know, and Sims can come in and get bagels and stuff. I don't really care. I just wanted my gosh, I can't think of any words tonight. Well, I just wanted this little convenience store area. In my neighborhood growing up, we had a little 7-Eleven on the corner, and I just wanted something like that. a little setting for them to live their lives, and I wanted them to have a little community lot somewhere in their area, something that they could visit without having to travel too far, even though I know it takes the same amount of time to travel anywhere for Sims, but in the air of realism, I decided to include this. So, building around, having a little bit of fun. I like the roof. I pulled it out a little bit. I put a tiny little half wall on it to make it look like a little flat roof. Picking out some tile here, and oh my gosh, the wallpaper was a disaster. I couldn't find anything that I liked at all. I didn't want to put tiled wallpaper up there, and then I was gonna like do some wood paneling behind the cafe area, but I just decided to keep everything the same. I thought that this little freezer wallpaper looked kind of nice that I ended up using these mountain peak kind of wallpaper. I thought it was a little wild, but not too strange, because I didn't want it to be too pop out. I really wanted this place to be kind of dull, actually. Yeah, so I do go with the green on the outside. I was gonna try to stick with the green on the inside too, but I just decided to stick with the mountain peak wallpaper. I thought that was really nice. So, oh, there's me trying out the tiles that I absolutely did not like at all. Yeah, so the fun stuff really comes in when I start to put in the CC. So yeah, here we go. Here's some of the custom content. That is an ice cream freezer. I don't think that came in the grocery store mod. I think that came with the grocery store stuff from SimLifeCC. So I haven't tried that out yet. I'm really excited to see how that works. I imagine that just provides some ice cream treats. But here's the freezers that came with the mod. That's where you buy your meat and your fish. I'm kind of setting up a freezer section, obviously, like you would go in and buy drinks. This is the drink section. I actually set up a little alcohol section on the side there, which I come from Jersey. That's where I originate from, my home state. And there you cannot buy alcohol in anything other than a designated liquor shop. But since I moved, I find that a lot of other places you can do that, so I decided to do that for The Sims, even though technically in the liquor section of this store you can't actually buy the liquor, it's just decoration, but it kind of filled the space a little better, I think, and made it a little more realistic, I suppose. So I do really like this glass window. I like it because it's not too tall, but it still kind of gives a little separation between the freezer section and this little coffee, popcorn, snack section I put out here. I like the glass. I think you can look through and still see what selection you got going on behind there. I put a little paper towel roll there so you can wipe your hands if your popcorn's too buttery. I wanted to put in a lot of neon signs because every little gas station convenience store you go to, like, everything is lit up in beautiful neon LED lights, so wanted to get those in there. I wanted to make the walls not so bare because in the convenience store by where I live, there's like stuff all over the walls, like little painted murals and all kinds of stuff hanging off of it, so I wanted to try to make the walls not so bare, so I did put those little flags behind it. I thought they were pretty cute. This shelving unit, I did get shelves with the grocery store stuff pack from Sim Life CC, and I know I said them a lot. I just want to make sure that I absolutely give them the credit they deserve because it's just great stuff. So I did get some shelves from them, but I forgot that the shelves came with the pack and I couldn't find them, so I used these get to work shelves. I think they look a little too industrial. They're like really like, they're like the shelves you would find. Obviously they came with get to work and they're for the detective station, and they do look like the shelves where all of the files get thrown into the back. If you've ever watched like Law and Order SVU, they're like constantly going into like those back shelves to look at their kits and stuff. Yeah, so that's what they look like, and I don't know, I kind of like how they look, the aesthetic that they add to the place though. Like they just have like these old raggedy shelves. They were just like, we've got some more stuff to sell, it's not freezer stuff, just put them on these shelves, these industrialist shelves. Yeah, so I was trying to fill them out, but besides those cereal boxes and bread loaves that I got with the grocery store stuff, custom content, I couldn't really find much to fill them out with. I ended up actually taking one out and putting a full decoration shelf out there. You can't buy the cereal, you can't buy the bread, it's just for decoration, but I think it makes it look a little more realistic. Over here is the cafe area I'm putting in, just like in a regular Wawa or something like that. You'd order like hoagies. I think the cafes though, it's more like bagels and cookies and stuff, but same diff. I just wanted the area to look nice, and you know, it's still an area where you can go in and get a bagel or whatever. I wanted to put in a door here because I didn't want the area to be open for all Sims, although I guess now that I'm thinking about it, there's really no way for me to prevent that. But I was like, I'll put a door in the back for employees, like the Sims are actually going to pick up on the fact that that's what I wanted. And I'm sure that Sims will get stuck back there and not know what to do, and oh well, it still gives to the aesthetic, I think. So yeah, I'm trying to put a little awning up there, a little to show the name of the cafe. Maybe it's like a Starbucks, or probably not a Starbucks, probably something a little cheaper, but still, you know, you got that up there, you got to see what it is. Putting these little dining section out. I thought that was kind of nice. I was gonna do wood floors for the cafe area and wood paneling and make it really look kind of old. Not old, I don't know, a little more comfy. Jeez, I'm really bad with words on this recording. Not comfy, but I think you get what I'm going for. I think you get it, right? So, but I decided it was just gonna look a little more gross if I just left it the way it was, and I didn't want it to look dirty, but I wanted it to look kind of cheap. Like, this is just like a gas station pit stop here that you can get, that the people in the neighborhood use to like go for breakfast and get coffee and stuff. And it's not like a particularly, it's not like a 4-star restaurant or anything. It's just a little cafe shop. You can pick up some coffee and some popcorn, or go in for a late night snack or whatever, Well, it's just like a regular gas station pit stop. I do name it HotStop. I didn't know whether I wanted to go with an actual name or not, but I decided to make this world a little unique and come up with my own little names for everything. So this is HotStop, the convenience store. I'm gonna go put in some little stalls there with the toilets, and I think it's really hard to decorate in there because everything's so small. With the walls up, you can't get in there and like move stuff around on the walls, but realism. In The Sims 3 they actually had bathroom stalls at one point. I don't think they came in the base game. I think they came in a pack. I wish they would bring those back. That would be so wonderful. Also, you know what? This is totally out of left field, has nothing to do with this lot, but I really wish they would add a movie theater venue into the options where you can choose like cafe and stuff like that, because they have all this movie theater stuff and they put in these huge movie theater screens and these beautiful movie theater seats, but they don't have a movie theater venue. So like, I just made my last one generic, but no one would ever show up, so I don't even know what to call it. But yeah, so here we go. I'm filling it out a little more. I put some ATMs in there. They do not work, but they do give off a playful aura, whatever it's called. I thought that was funny. The playful ATMs that I've got going on in here. So those are the shelving units that came with the grocery store stuff, and that I should have used over in the shelf area, but I didn't. I'm putting the flowers. You can actually buy flowers from those. Those are from the grocery store mod. Yes, so I'm going to do the outside now. I thought the inside turned out pretty nice, actually. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I was kind of nervous about being able to fill the space and make it look realistic, but I think it did turn out kind of nice. I'm a little bit proud of myself, I really am. So yes, I'm doing the outside now. I wanted to get a bunch of windows in there, but like, there's so much stuff lining the walls that it didn't really make sense. So I just put in a couple windows, and I guess everything else is just like, nothing to the outside world, whatever, you can go in there and you get trapped in little HotStop land. It's fine. So yeah, it's cutting away. I had to do this in a couple takes. I actually recorded this while we were driving on the way to our vacation, so once in a while we stopped for a pit stop and I had to do a couple takes on this. But all is good, it still came out beautiful, and I think it was better anyway, because it gave me some time to think about what I wanted to do with each of the sections, so it didn't take quite as long. I mean, it took pretty long, but it is a bigger build than the trailer that I did last time that took me a ridiculous hour and a half. But again, I will get better. So yes, I thought it would be nice to put this little garden area out there, and then I was like, oh, that looks way too nice, so I put in some overgrown grass under it. Like, yeah, that's a little better. Look, it looks nice, like they wanted it to look nice, but nobody's really taking care of it kind of thing. Yep, putting some outside lights, and I really should have put some more lights, actually, around the back and stuff like that, but oh well, the back's just gonna be dark and spooky. It's fine. Yep, so I'm gonna put in some parking area back here. Those were a little too small, so I'm gonna make them a little bigger. Yeah, like those are like those stoppers, those concrete stoppers that stick up from the ground so that your car doesn't hit the wall. Yeah, so there we go. I'm using these tiny little, they have these like gates that are just like lines on the sidewalk. That's what I'm using to make all the markings on the concrete. I like those. I think that's a pretty cool idea. And yeah, draw some stuff on the sidewalk. The going diagonal with gates though is very, it's not like you can just drag freely, which is fine. I mean, I worked with it, but I just feel like I would like to do some more free moving diagonal lines. It's probably would get really complicated and I wouldn't know how to do it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so I was like, I didn't want to put another car there, and I was like, I guess I could have just left it empty, but I was like, that'd be cool if there was like something wrong with it. Maybe they just painted the lines again or something, I don't know. Putting some outside decorations so that everything doesn't look so bland. Some uncovered pipes, stuff like that you would see outside. I was thinking about putting a gate around it, but then I'd have to move all the cars back, and honestly, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy builder. This has been really fun, though. Like, I don't know, I've been having a good time. I did miss the green there on the bottom. I did the trim for the my gosh, the porch or whatever. The foundation, that's the word I was looking for, porch. Yeah, so the trim for the foundation I did miss all around, and I don't fix it in the recording, but I do fix it in the actual build. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I do go in and fix it. Let's give like a little do not park here area in front of the dumpsters, which they didn't have a dumpster. I figured at least they'd have a decoration dumpster, but they do not, so I just sized up some of the trash cans. I mean, it still looks okay. It doesn't look super realistic, but it does look like giant trash cans, which are what dumpsters are. So, little sitting area. I was gonna put some more benches around, but I was like, nah, whatever. So I meant to cut all this out. This is me going through and taking the screenshots, and then I think it cuts very abruptly because I thought I edited it. Yep, here we go. Here are the screenshots, the actual still ones. There's the inside. I think it came out looking pretty nice. I really do. I really like it. I'm excited to actually go in and try it out. I won't put it up on the gallery because it does have a lot of custom content, but I'm pretty proud of myself. So there it is, HotStop Corner Store, and I will see you all later.